I got my RN license in 1993 and have been in healthcare management since 1995. My wife, she's been a nurse herself for 26 years now. She's an RN as well. She works in the recovery room at our local hospital. So we're both medical professionals and have been around this for a number of years. My name is Cody Lee Master. I'm from Dixon, Tennessee, which is about 30 miles west of Nashville. Me and my wife Janet brought our daughter Summer here. She's 8 years old. She has cerebral palsy. Currently she is wheelchair confined. Has some pretty significant physical issues, mainly on her left side. She is totally dependent on us for everything regarding her activities of daily living. She can feed herself finger foods. But as far as being any type of mobile, she's not. She has to be carried, lifted, transferred everywhere that she goes. It's been a tough road. When you reach to the point that the insurance companies tell you that they're not going to pay for physical therapy anymore, and you mainly think that, this is it. I mean, this is going to be her station in life. There's no hope for any improvements, and you're just going to have to do what you have to do to get her through life. One night, my wife was watching television. It was late at night. It was bedtime. She had picked up the remote, was about to turn off the television. And it was some kind of it wasn't 60 Minutes, but it was one of those documentary type TV shows. And a story came on about renegade doctors. Being a nurse, that kind of, prickled up her interest a little bit. And the first story was about this hospital doing stem cell treatments for children with cerebral palsy. Well, she ran down and told me about it, and we looked them up on the internet and kind of did a little bit of research on it, talked it over as a family. We thought really hard about it. We prayed and prayed and prayed. And eventually we had come to the decision that how can we not give her this chance? We talked to all of Dr. Summers' doctors about the stem cell therapy once we found out about it. Half of them was, that's hogwash. It's a scam. They're just ripping off money. They're just putting saline IVs in and telling you that you're getting stem cells. And the other half was, I've really tried to look into that, and they thought that it was well worth the trip and the cost and the chance that you're taking to get her done. And they can't wait to get Summer back to see the changes in her. We got here July 6th, almost 6 weeks ago, and we leave this coming Sunday. And it's been a very positive trip for us. We've met people here that they brought their children from all over the world, and they have seen improvements in their children just as we've seen improvements in Summer, be it small improvements, but improvements just the same. Things that she couldn't do before that she's able to do now. We've talked with families of children that weren't able to walk when they came here and was walking with assistance when they left, kids that couldn't see when they came here, that was seeing shadows and colors when they left. An improvement in my mind is anything that she can do, no matter how small of a scale or how large of a scale, that she couldn't do before. Whether it's, being able to open her hand and keep it open instead of staying fisted because of her spasticity. When she fed herself her first French fry that we didn't have to feed to her, that was major to us because she wouldn't have been able to do that before. Sleeping through the night, once we got her medications adjusted with the help of her doctors, she would wake up in the middle of the night because she was having bad dreams, and we pushed and pushed and finally got them to do an EEG, found out she was having seizures when she was asleep. So we got her medications adjusted. She slept through the night. It's an improvement in our eyes because, we don't want to be up all night, and she didn't either because it was hard for her at school, and so we got that under control, and that's an improvement. It takes a lot of work. You can't wish it to happen. You have to be active in that to be able to get any improvements. But what might be small to some people is large to us. The electrowave machine, she said, it was waking up her legs, and that increases your circulation. And we have equipment like that at home. We call it E-stim, electrical stimulation machines. And what it does is it kind of works the muscle for itself. It increases circulation to that part of the body. And whereas Summer, when we first came here with her acupuncture, where they put needles in different places to wake up nerve groups, she couldn't feel the acupuncture needles in her lower legs. And maybe 4 weeks into it, she started going, ow. So, you know, again, a positive improvement. She had sensation of a needle prick that she didn't have before. And, you know, you were talking earlier about the placebo effect, and, you know, she's not looking when they're poking because she's laying down on her back. So she wouldn't know when that needle was going in, but when the needle goes in, I mean, she had that automatic pain reflex. So, I mean, that is a positive improvement because she didn't have that before. Hypertonicity means, like, I mean, you have super tense muscle. And she would really get like this when she was trying to make her body work. You know, like if she was trying to reach for something, it would just tense up for her. What has happened between the time we've got here to now is it's smoothed out. She can move her arm out. One of her exercises in occupational therapy is taking pegs out of a board and then reaching her hand out and dropping the peg in a box. When we first came here, for one, she couldn't wrap her hand around the peg to pull it out. The tonicity was making her pull back, and the way that those pegs work, you have to lift them up to get them out. If you pull back, I don't know, the material in there is like glue. I mean, you can pull as hard as you want to, it's not going to come out. And I mean, that was it. She would try to lift, but it would be a pulling of her elbow to pull her hand towards her body. But the way she's doing it now, she is able to get that peg out, and she can maybe not just smooth and there you go and drop it, but she's able to get her hand out there and drop it with her left arm, which would be impossible for her to do before we got here. And I got into home health care, meaning nurses, therapists, social workers go to people's homes and treat them in their homes. Well, I mean, home health care is all about improving the quality of life, allowing people to remain in their homes, whether it be independently or with assistance, that have less of a burden on the family members, the caregivers, even allowing the patients to be more independent with things that they can do for themselves. Again, with Summer, she's holding her head up. She can sit up straighter. She doesn't get as fatigued and, you know, get her head drooping like she used to. She's able to use her left hand to help her right hand with holding papers down, or she even has a little mirror with a little handle on there she can hold with her left hand. She can take the pegs out of the pegboard, which can relate to any other instance of life, whether it's holding a toothbrush or holding a straw, or, you know, it goes across the continuum. She has feeling and circulation in her lower legs, whereas her feet, again, another measurable, tangible improvement. You know, her feet used to be cold and clammy, now they're warm. That's due to the increased circulation that we received from the electrowave. So, I mean, able to feed herself the finger foods a little bit better that she's able to do now. She's excited for herself because she can do these things. You know, wow, I can do this for myself. Easier for us. There's that much less that we have to be relied upon to provide for her. Parents out there, if you're even considering coming, you know, I highly recommend that you do that. These people are real. The treatments are real. The therapies are real. There's no deceit going on. I mean, from the get-go, they were right up front with us, you know, that they're making no guarantees, no promises. You might get something out of this as far as increased movements, functions, whatever your case may be, and maybe nothing will happen. This is a scary experience to go through for anybody, to pick up and go halfway around the world. You're going to foreign lands, to a foreign-speaking country. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what you're going to find when you get there. And we went through that trepidation and anxiety, and that's a long plane ride. Man, 15 hours on a plane is not fun, especially with a child. You owe it to your child to bring them here. It's here, it's viable, it's real. People are leaving here with hope, you know, and that's all you can ask for, is to have hope. And a lot of people have given up hope because they've been told there is none, but there is.